Bonada here for LowKick MMA, and with me today is Matt Mitrione, who is set to face off against Tyrell Fortune at Bellator 255 on the 2nd of April. How's it going today, Matt?
It's splendid. Absolutely splendid. I appreciate you asking.
No problem. So you've got fight week rapidly approaching. How's this training camp been for you so far?
Kind of par for the course. We were down in Florida for 7 weeks. Got quite a bit of training on there with Coach Henry and Linton and Tall Steve and a handful of other dudes. And came back home for the last 4 weeks, and we've been training here. So it's good, man. It's good. Feel prepared and excited. Really excited.
Obviously, the whole world's impacted by COVID at the moment. Is there any impacts on this current camp that you've had, or is there any changes from your previous fight in 2020 and your upcoming fight this time, the training camp wise?
Nah, man, I'm wide open, buddy. COVID had slowed me down. I'm type O negative. I get after it.
Is there any notable differences though in terms of like how you're setting up your training camp? Like are you having to pick specific training partners because you don't have as much of a wide variety?
No.
Okay. So talking about your opponent, Fortune, when you look at him as an opponent, what strengths and weaknesses do you gauge from him?
He's a very accomplished wrestler. He's very capable as far as getting people to the ground, holding on to them. I think that he's athletic. I think that he's always succeeded in sport. So I think all he knows is success. So I think he'll be a game opponent, and it should be an interesting competition.
How long have you been aware of him within the Bellator roster, and how long?
I've been training with Tyrell for many years. Right. So I know Tyrell fairly well. He knows me fairly well.
Have you ever considered him as an opponent previously before this fight?
No. I figured that by the time that he came to this point of his name recognition fighting me, that I would be on my way out of Bellator versus still being where I'm at right
now. Okay. And what sort of route without revealing too much, what sort of route do you see being your path to victory?
I don't think I'm going to surprise anybody when I tell you I'm going to punch him in his face. And he's going to do his best to avoid that, get me by my hips, hold me down, and get me pregnant. I think that what he's going to do is very similar to what Bader did, right? Bader's game plan is the way to beat me. So I know he lives in Arizona. I'm assuming he's probably training with Bader. And if he's not, he'll be able to duplicate, or he's going to try to duplicate what Bader did to me. So I think that's the answer. I think that's the answer for anybody that's going to fight me. Or just headbutt me and get a victory off of that. Did I just say?
Sorry, go on.
No, go ahead.
Okay. So one of the big announcements made by Bellator this year is that of the rankings that are going to be put into place soon. Where do you think a win against Tyrell would leave you?
And I'm not even trying to be snarky or an asshole here. I don't know, and I don't care. I don't put any credence in rankings whatsoever. I think that they're arbitrarily picked. I don't, at least from the existing rankings from the other promotion, they mean absolutely nothing. It's literally whoever they want to be in whatever position they put them in. If they want to publicize them or promote them, that's what they do. They put them higher. If they want to punish them, they take them out. It doesn't matter at all. And for me, I genuinely, honestly, I could not care less.
But is your goal still to become champion? Because that might be a path to
it. I honestly, I don't put in any credence or thought whatsoever or credibility into rankings. Zero, none whatsoever, none. So it has anything to do with me getting a title shot if I believe in them. I don't know. My answer is no. I don't care about them at all.
Okay. But should you defeat Tyrell, where does that leave you within not the rankings, but just as a fighter? So have you got a next opponent? Are you looking past that?
So no. I'm brainwashed from football, right? I have one opponent. I'm not fighting anybody else that's ranked ahead or behind or involved in Bellator. I do not care about anything after I beat Tyrell until after I beat Tyrell. It does not matter whatsoever.
Okay. Are you looking to be active at all though this year? I know last year you only managed to get the one fight out. Would that like to be something that you up the ante for this year?
Um, I have a great habit of saying yes. So when Bellator calls my name, I say yes. That's what I do. So Bellator decides they want me to fight. They call my phone and I say, yeah, sure, that sounds like fun. Let's do it.
Okay. So looking back at 2020, of course, you've got the unfortunate loss to Johnson. But how do you reflect on the
Hey,
year?
can you say that? Can you just put that in quotations? Unfortunate loss. Can you do that instead?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. But how do you look at the year as a whole? Do you take away positives or negatives? What was 2020 like for you?
I don't think about it. What literally it's with any other year. I don't take positive or negatives from it. I take it as experiences and I move on. Like I have 3 kids and a wife, 2 dogs and 2 cats, and they keep me busy all the time. So I don't think about anything else. I don't spend time recollecting or thinking about this way or that way unless it directly affects me or my family. So it doesn't do much. So I don't mean, like I said, again, I don't mean ambiguous or vogue, ambiguous or vague. Wow, I'm really struggling with that. It just that it doesn't mean much to me. I don't think about it. It doesn't accomplish any value.
Okay. I know you've said previously that retirement isn't on your mind right now. So what goals do you have coming, as a Bellator fighter right now?
I fight April 2nd against this guy that's a really accomplished wrestler. And I want to punch him in his face. And I want to make him decide, hey, this was not as much fun as it was when I signed the paper. And then I want him to stop early so I don't have to keep punching him. And then I want to tell my friend, hey, good fight. I'm glad you're healthy. Let's go buy a beer.
Okay.
That's my big goal for 21.
Yeah, a solid goal. Okay, well, that's just about wrapping up the questions I've got for you. On LowKick MMA, I hope you bear with for this, but we've been doing a few predictions for Jake Paul versus Ben Askren. I wondered if I could just quickly get your take on that, the boxing match.
Jake Paul is boxing Ben Askren.
Yeah.
Wow. I can't. Next. Next. I think everybody knows what that might be.
Okay. All right. Well, that's all I got you for today. Thank you so much for coming on, Matt, and best of luck for your upcoming fight.
Well, thanks, man. Appreciate it, buddy. Appreciate you making the time.
Problem. Cool. Cheers. Thank you.
Goodbye.
Make sure to subscribe to the LowKick MMA YouTube channel for all the latest news, event previews, and interviews with some of the biggest stars in MMA.